Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Y'all know what it is. Hopefully y'all had a wonderful night last night. I had a pretty decent night myself. My top 5 plays did pretty good. The only disappointing guy was Klay Thompson, but he did not kill me, man, so I wasn't too upset. We're gonna go ahead and focus on today's slate. We got a nice 10 gamer. So much value everywhere, man. There are so many value options out there. I want y'all to do me one favor. On your value plays, the guys that you are putting in your lineup, make sure you can stomach it at the end of the night. Don't go super risky. Make sure you go with players who are going to be in safe, secure spots, man. So that's what I'm looking forward to today. As you see some of these guys on my screen, one of these guys is a total what if, and that guy is going to be Frank Mason, because I'm not sure if De'Aaron Fox is ruled out of this game. Now, if we don't find out before lock, I want to go with him anyway, because hopefully a lot of people will be too nervous to stick with him. But we know he's going to see backup minutes. Like, he's going to see at least 20 minutes in this game. At 3,800 is a very cheap price tag. But after lock, if we get the news that Fox is going to be out and he draws the start, it is going to be a complete smash spot. This guy could be one of those guys that could really, bring your lineup to cash, man, especially if he's lower owned, if we don't find out before lock. So I want to go ahead and lock him in, man. We have another guy around the same price that could be in a very similar situation, and that guy will be Shelvin Mack. We got DJ Augustine that's questionable. Like I said, it's a ton of options, but the guy I want to focus on right now, top point guard, is going to be Frank Mason III, coming in at 3,800. Very, very cheap price. So I want to go ahead and lock him up. Now, I'm going to run it back with Jonathan Simmons for the Orlando Magic. We know they're going to be short Aaron Gordon. We know Evan Fournier is already ruled out. Jonathan Simmons and Hazonia are definitely two solid value plays for you today. And I also really love Vucevic in this matchup today, going up against Sacramento, which is one of the worst defenses when it comes to defending centers. But Simmons, I'm in love with this play right now. I want to go ahead and lock him in. I know a lot of people with all this other value, they're not going to look at Jonathan Simmons, but his usage rate will be up in this one, man. That's the real reason I'm going to go ahead and lock him in. We know he's durable, plays a lot of minutes, does a lot of things on the court that correlate to fantasy points. So at this cheap price tag, I want to go ahead and lock Simmons up. Moving on to small forward, we got my boy Rocket Rodney Hood, man. I keep going back to him. Everybody knows I'm in love with. I got a little man crush on Rodney Hood. Pause, man. But this is one of my favorite plays. I just keep playing him over and over, and we have yet to see that breakout game, man. I'm telling you, it's coming. Now that he's starting, I'm going to just keep playing him until he gets to around 6K, because he's simply too cheap right now. We know he's going to play 30-plus minutes. He's going to shoot double-digit shots. And one of these games, man, he's going to hit like 5 3-pointers, and y'all going to be like, man, I wish I had some Rodney Hood. It's coming, man, I'm telling you. So I'm going to keep rocking with him. He's one of my steady plays, man, steady eddies. I like to find some guys that I really think are in safe situations, and I like to keep playing them until their price gets ridiculous or the situation changes, and nothing has changed for Rodney Hood, so I want to go ahead and lock him in. Now, as you see, the guy that's not a value play is going to be Kevin Durant. I think everybody, man, you should just go ahead and lock up Kevin Durant. And if you're not picking Kevin Durant, go Draymond Green. You should definitely have one of these two guys in your lineup. I think Thompson is actually in a good spot as well. Also like JaVale McGee. I know that's a little random, but I think JaVale McGee has been playing solid basketball. But listen, Durant is 8,900. This is a former MVP. Look at, y'all know who Kevin Durant is, right? I shouldn't have to explain it too much. Last time he played Portland, y'all see that 72 points. He scored 50 real points. No Curry, so we know the usage will be up, man. I am definitely 100% in on Kevin Durant. And on DraftKings, he is way too cheap, man. So I'm not going to miss the wave. I will have him, even if he goes out and somehow scores 30 points, which I see no way that will happen. I'm going to be 100% exposed, man, because I don't want to miss out or get left behind if he goes out and scores a 70-piece or a 60-piece at this cheap price tag. So Kevin Durant, I had to mention him in my video today. So there it is as my top power forward. Moving on to center, I have Check Diallo. I probably didn't say his name right, but we're going to rock with him, man. We know no Anthony Davis today. So I'm going to rock with Diallo. I think Okafor will actually draw the start. I think Mirotic will be starting as well. But I'm going to go Diallo, man. Coming off the bench, 3,900. I know he'll play more minutes than Okafor, or at least I'm assuming that. I'm not 100% sure. But in my opinion, I'd rather go with him. Coming off the bench, he's super athletic, super explosive, and I think he just has no problem getting to value in this game. I know he'll see a little minutes at power forward and center, so I want to just go ahead and lock him up. Think he's going to be in an excellent spot, and that's pretty much going to do it for me, y'all. I want to go over a few other names that I'm really digging for today's slate, try to set y'all up right. LeBron James, I'm going to try to squeeze him into this lineup, man. I don't know what that's going to leave me with, but I really like LeBron tonight. I think Drew Holiday is a beast, man. Very high on my list of players. I love Vucevic, like I already mentioned. Isaiah Thomas, Kyle Kuzma, y'all know those are my guys. Draymond Green, he's in a smash spot. He has a wonderful history versus Portland. Aminu, he stands no chance in trying to guard him. I'm going to get down to some of these value guys, though. Mirotic, I'm very high on Mirotic as well, and his cancer is good. Let's go. Let's get down to some of these cheaper guys. I'm going to skip a few players. All right, let's start around this price range. Not seeing much right now that stands out. I'm off this Memphis wave. I know a lot of people will go after those guys, but I'm kind of off the Memphis wave. Hey, George Hill is in a prime spot, man. He's in a good situation to finally do something. I know he's ugly, man. A lot of people are scared to death of George Hill, but I think he's in a good situation tonight. If we get Andre Iguodala back, I think he will be in play. If Andre Iguodala is out, we can take Frank Mason out of our lineup and go Sean Livingston. I know those are two names that you don't feel super comfortable with, but somebody's going to have to step up and play this point guard role. It could be that Cooks guy, but I'd rather go Sean Livingston or Iguodala. Who else we got for you, man? I already mentioned Shelvin Mack. CJ Miles is definitely in play. We know he's going to get the backup minutes. Probably not going to start, but in a fast-paced game like this, where the spread is only 1 point, we can look for CJ Miles. I think that's about it, man. Oh, Frank Ntilikina, my boy. If we get Courtney Lee still being out, which he is, I'm pretty sure, Frank Ntilikina will draw the start. So if you don't feel comfortable with Mason, if you don't think that he's going to draw the start and you'd like to have a starter, we can look at Frank Ntilikina. I know he hasn't been, the greatest scorer, but he's been shooting 2 for 7 his last 3 games. As soon as he comes out and hit 4 or 5 shots, everybody's going to be like, he went off. Frank Ntilikina's balling. But it's simple math, man. Efficiency eventually turns its head around. But I'm about to get up out of here. Hopefully y'all found this video helpful. These are my top 5 plays. We got Frank Mason up top, or Shelvin Mack, or Frank Ntilikina, or Sean Livingston. You pick and choose, man. I'm definitely paying down for point guard today. But we got Frank Mason, 3,800. Jonathan Simmons checking in at 4,700. We got Rodney Hood checking in at 4,600. Think he's in a wonderful spot. My boy KD, we cannot miss on KD. Make sure you hop on board. And then Chuck Diallo at 3,900. That's going to do it for me. I want y'all to bless up. I want y'all to cash out. And let's get to the green line.